Yeah, was never a formal member of Adler, but the band. But any chance that I had to get up and play two, three, four, five songs with them, I did. And so Steven is arguably one of the sweetest, legitimate rock stars you could ever meet. He's just a really kind, gentle soul, and he still has that sort of laid back. I mean, he still. I can only think of maybe one or two drummers I've ever played with that ever played those songs the way they were supposed to. Obviously, aside from him, and um, and he's just got this great swing, this kind of, I don't know what I'm not a drummer, so I don't know the right terminology, but this sort of laid back. I mean, he hits like a son of a bitch, but I mean, just I don't know what it is, but there's some technical term for drum stuff that I don't
Whatever
know.
Adler's feel is what it is. That's that groove.
Exactly, his
And
feel is perfect, and that goes well beyond just his range of Guns N' Roses stuff. Because I've been on stage with him for a few for a few covers that weren't just his songs as well. Anyhow, I'm getting off topic. So uh, they had me come down and audition as a second guitar player for the band Adler, and it never came to fruition. They actually never formally hired another guitar player, and it was before, I don't know what year that would have been, 2012 maybe. It was just before I became really good friends with Jacob Bunton, who's the
yeah, the
singer of
singer.
Adler, and then he's sung for, it's not out yet, but I can say I've heard it, the Mick Mars solo album. And then he and I are also in a band called Neon Coven together, and which is sort of like Depeche Mode meets Nine Inch Nails or something like that, with some Kaja Gugu and Ministry involved. It's all over the place. It's an electronic rock band though.
Nice.
But Jacob is one of my closest friends in the fucking world, and I'd take a bullet for that guy. And he's very talented. But before I knew him as well as I do now, I was basically told that, it was up to him, but he wasn't at the audition and blah, blah, blah. And it didn't work out. But moving forward, he and I became really good friends. And then Steven and I started doing, all these jams and Rock Against MS Foundation performances together and stuff. And so we would do festivals and shows together and whatever it was, whether it was Pussycat or whoever else. And he would always say, why don't you come up and play a couple songs? Or Jacob would say, hey, I'm going to tell Steven we're going to have you come up. And we did M3. Pussycat did it a few years ago. And then right after us was Adler. And the last, I think, two songs, I ran out there and Jacob threw me his guitar and I just did my best Izzy Stradlin all over the stage. And we had a good time. And Steven and I have played together a bunch of times. And I can't remember what for, just a lot of jams and benefit shows. And we did a thing, we did a ride for Ronnie. That's what it was. And with Lita Ford and Michael from Whitesnake and Robert Sarzo, and we did a few songs for that a couple years ago. That was a blast.
Was that 2018? Whenever that happened?
That sounds right. And we did a few songs for that, and that was a really good time. And watching watching Lita Ford's lyric sheet blow away in the wind and her try to scat her way through a Guns N' Roses song is something I'll never forget. But it was fun nonetheless, and for a great cause, right? For Ronnie, Wendy, Dio, I love her to death. Getting way off topic here, but yeah, just Steven is a great person and always a really cool experience getting to jam with him. And his birthday was a couple weeks. I just talked to him for his birthday, and yeah, so yes, Steven Adler, love him to death. Great drummer, great guy.